Right. So good morning, all the students. I think hope some of you know me. Track 2 we have dealt, right? Okay. So let us discuss the question paper which is conducted last day 26 February and second session. Who has written this paper? Here anybody is there who has written the paper? Okay, fine. So paper seems to be quite easy. Okay, covering all the different chapters, including semiconductors. You got one question. I think communication system also, because they have got the privilege to set total 30 questions. Earlier 25 questions, now they are setting 30 questions. That was the reason they can put all the chapters. Simple logic, right? Okay, so without wasting much of the time, let us start. Right. So C and V represent capacitance and voltage respectively. What are the dimensions of lambda? See, whenever they will ask these dimensional formulas, if at all, in future also, they are going to ask only from electricity and magnetism part. Because first year dimensional formulas nobody will ask. Second year only, especially magnetism, electromagnetic induction, that specific terms will be there, no? So suddenly, all of a sudden, we'll have a confusion that how to get this MLT from that. Immediately, it won't strike. Okay, so there you can take any one thing. Suppose C is there, voltage is there. C and V represent capacitance and voltage respectively. What are the dimensions of C by V? C by V dimensions they are asking. C is the capacitance and V is the voltage. There is a chance that U is equal to half CV square over this energy M L square T power minus 2. Okay, so see, from this you can pull out. Or there is other chance, they are asking C by V, not CV square. Correct or not? So C by V, and one more thing, in total electricity and magnetism, there is one extra thing, that is charge will come. If you can write in terms of charge, because I is equal to Q by T, this capital I, so Q is equal to I into T. Extra you will get MLT and I. In this only you will get compulsory. All second year whatever you are getting, MLT and I will be there. Okay. And one more thing is Q is equal to CV. This you can use. So C by V they are asking. C you can write Q by V. Okay. So C is equal to Q by V by C and by V. So total V square. This dimension formula you want. And Q is equal to I into T. Ampere and second. And V voltage. Voltage you can always write work done by charge. So work done by charge. Basic definition of voltage. So from that you can pull out Q by V square. Q I am writing current and T. V square W by Q. Okay. So W is M L square T power minus 2 by Q. Q will come up. So Q square will be there. W square by Q square. So total Q cube. So I cube T cube. So this make it up. This square is there. This is the answer. Okay, so total final answer will be M power minus 2 L power 4, that's so minus 4. Okay, T power, so here minus 4 and 7 and I power 3. So M power minus 2 L power minus 4 T power 7. So whichever may be the correct answer, L power minus 4 T L cube and T power 7. This is the correct answer. Some important things. Suddenly, all of a sudden, magnetic flux they are asking. Magnetic flux. All of a sudden, magnetic flux. What is the dimensional formula? How do you write? From where you will pull out magnetic flux? B by? Okay. B into? Magnetic field we know. Do you know magnetic field? So again, yes. So in magnetism, whenever they are asking in magnetism, okay, right. So best what you are writing is IBL. Okay. So I into L bar cross B bar. This is it not magnetic force? Magnetic field you can pull out from this. Force you know, current you know, length you know, magnetic field. This is the best way. Or anytime half Li square energy. These energies, forces are very, very important. If you can somehow, they are asking L. I you know, energy you know, over. And now what I am asking, flux you know. Okay, now flux is magnetic field into area, correct? Magnetic field from here you can write. That is one thing. Like this, 1 or 2 steps extra you have to make it, and some you can pull out the dimensional formulas. Compulsory they will ask only second year dimensional formulas only, which is all of a sudden how to pull out, and that time we may not be getting the idea. If you practice some things, you will get clearly idea. Okay, so this is clear. We'll go to the next one. Forgot here. Yeah. Okay. The length of a metallic wire is L1 when the tension is T1. This is not the original length. Already some tension is there. That time the total length is L1. Means original length is some L0. This is original length L0. They are asking what is the original length only. So extension, final length is L1. Extension will be L1 minus L0. This is elongation. Is equal to FL by AY, elasticity. Elongation is equal to FL by AY. F means tension T1. T1 L0 by AY. Second time, when the tension is T2, it is L2. So elongation will be L2 minus L0 is equal to again FL by AY, T2 L0 by AY. They did not give A and Y. You can cancel this. You can divide these two. Okay. And you will get only L0 value. Nicely you will get. Divide this by this. Clear? Simple. And here the chances are the standard question this is. Any other modifications you can do to this problem will be instead of giving the final length, they may give only elongation, or sometimes they will give you are stretching the wire. When you stretch the wire, not only this length increases, area also will decrease. From that they can ask you Poisson's ratio, lateral strains, like that also they may ask. That is all the possibilities in elasticity. Okay. Okay. So this is, you can do it, no problem. Next. Aeroplane with its wings spread area is 10 meters is flying at a speed of 180 kilometers per hour in a horizontal direction. Okay. Total intensity of Earth's field at that part is 2.5 in 10 power minus 4 Weber per meter square, and the angle of dip is 60 degrees. We always know that suppose if this is a north direction, and north, south, east, west are all horizontal plane only, not in vertical. Okay. Though we draw sometimes like this, east, north means north is not upwards. We all know that. Okay. Right. Anyway, and aeroplane will fly horizontally only. Right. Now the question is, Earth magnetic field, suppose if it is north, it won't be purely north like this. It will be like this, Earth magnetic field. So you have to take this horizontal component and vertical component. Now the thing is, in generally when we are solving magnetism and all, every time we used to take horizontal component only. Here also some of you might have used horizontal component to do this problem, which is wrong. Now, this is a horizontal component, this is a vertical component. Now aeroplane wing, suppose if this is aeroplane wing, that is what, see, how convenient in offline, I don't think so how they'll catch. I'm only concentrating on offline students only. Okay, online students, please, you also concentrate. Okay, so this aeroplane wing, it is going like this. Okay, and whenever we have studied this electromagnetic induction, motional EMF is there. In that, EMF induced between these two ends is VBL. Okay, B is the magnetic field which is perpendicular to this, not this component. So vertical component you have to take. Okay, so vertical component means this magnetic field into sine 30, sine 60, not cos 60. This magnetic field only, because of this magnetic field only, you will get EMF induced between these two ends when we are using the VBL formula. Because when we have studied in our class, that time you might have studied like this. This is a V, this is magnetic field which is perpendicular to this velocity, correct or not? So then EMF induced between this point and this point, which is equal to VBL. Now that is vertical component you will get. So VBL V is 180 kilometers per hour. You can convert it into meter per second. 5 by 18, you know. B, vertical component. So 2.5 into 10 power minus 4 into root 3 by 2. Sine 60. VB, L. L is 10 meters. This will be the EMF induced between the two ends. Okay. So here the chances are, I'll tell you, luckily here nicely it is flying at a speed and we are taking in the horizontal direction nicely. Here the chances are it is taking off like this. Like that also they may give the questions. During takeoff, wing is there. That time which components you have to take. So mostly even if it is taking off also, okay, earlier it was like this, now it is like this. That's all. It's a thin rod. But the velocity is this direction, taking off. Earlier you have taken velocity like this. B is up. Now the velocity is like this. Okay, velocity is like this. Now which component you are taking? This component. Correct or not? So that vectors you have to put it properly. So this component you have to take as the magnetic field. Magnetic field, which component you are taking? Always the component which is perpendicular to the direction of velocity. Okay, that is this component, whichever is there. Okay, in that way if you do, nicely you will get. Okay, so that is what I am trying to make is, it is having a takeoff at 30 degrees. Same question. Then what is the EMF induced? Little bit better question we are trying to make than this. Correct or not? If we can concentrate like this, no, only take this paper and for every paper what is the best possible question. If you can think like that, no, it will become easy for you for the next time. Okay, right. Next. I think you can do it. Calculations I am not doing. Okay. If you are having any doubt again in the calculation, not getting the answer, you can always post me in the WhatsApp. Okay, no problem at all. A tuning fork A, next question. A tuning fork A of unknown frequency produces 5 beats per second with a tuning fork of known frequency 340 Hertz. Just remember when we were studying this beats, we have taken this type of problems also. Okay, unknown frequency produces 5 beats per second with a fork of known frequency 340. This is a known, 340 is a known frequency. Unknown is producing, A is producing 5 beats. So A can be either 345 or either 335, any chance. Two chances are there. Now among this, which is a correct answer? This is for A. A can be this or A can be this. Now let us check which is a correct answer. For that, next statement is also given. When A is filed, A means this one is filed, not this one. Here you should not get confused. This is a known. Unknown is A. So if this is filed, we know any tuning fork is filed, frequency will increase. Frequency will increase. A is filed, the beat frequency decreases to 2 beats per second. Suppose if this is filed, if you take this as the answer, this is filed, it will become some 346, 47, 48 like that. If it is becoming like this, what is the difference beat frequency? It is earlier it was 5, now it is becoming 6 or 7 or 8. So this is not the correct answer. Okay, but here it may become 336, 337, 338 like this. Now there is a chance that decreases beat frequency, means difference. So here difference is 4, here difference is 3, here difference is 2. Yes, so it is becoming 338. Chance is there. So that is why correct answer is 335 only. That will be the correct answer. In that way you can check. Sometimes here they will ask, instead of filing this, they will file this. Or the other chance is, if you file this, this frequency will increase. The other chance is loading with wax. You can load this with wax or this with wax. So accordingly, take any type of question can be made here. Okay, right. Next, that is the fourth one. A particle executes simple harmonic motion, graph of velocity as a function of displacement. Very simple. We all know velocity as a function of displacement. V is equal to omega into under root of a square minus x square. So we have to convert this in V and x. So V square is equal to omega square into a square minus x square. Right? So V square by omega square. Okay. So plus x square is equal to a square. So that means V square by a square omega square plus x square by a square is equal to 1. Clearly it is an equation of ellipse. This is the equation of the ellipse clearly. Okay. So don't come to the conclusion that something x square, so it may be a parabola. It is not a parabola, it is a ellipse here, because under root is there, no? So that one you can make it. And here, acceleration versus displacement, straight line, Vx, parabola. Then what is the other chance? Ax, Vx, AV they will ask. What is AV then? No? AV graph also can be asked, no? All possibilities. AV graph, if they ask AV graph, what is the answer? Come on. What can be the answer? Can you do it? Acceleration versus. It is better you are taking first A is equal to, suppose if you take x equal to A sine of omega t, right? Then V is equal to A omega cos of omega t. It is better doing like this. And acceleration is equal to minus A omega square sine of omega t. Now when they ask acceleration and velocity graph, okay, so sine omega t will be equal to under root of 1 minus cos square omega t, and that you have tried V. Then AV graph you will get. May not be an ellipse, some different thing they may ask, okay. That shape they may ask you to draw that shape of that graph or something like that, right? Okay, so that is velocity as a function of displacement, simple. Next. Projectile motion, trajectory of a projectile in a vertical plane is y is equal to alpha x minus beta x square, when alpha and beta are constant, x and y are respectively horizontal and vertical distance of the projectile from the point of projection. Angle of projection theta and the maximum height attained h are respectively. So this is a projectile, ground to ground it is a projectile which is projected like this, and equation of this parabola is there. This is the equation of the parabola. And if you want, if you try to compare this with our standard equation, x tan theta minus g x square by 2u square cos square theta, actually this is a formula, but I don't think so many of you will remember this. Generally we don't remember, correct or not? That time, that projectile class, that time we will remember, but at this stage generally we don't remember. Okay, then what you should do? Okay, we don't remember. Okay, so then immediately how to make it? Something we have to do to get the answer. Okay, so better you can have y0, if you put y0 you will get the range. Here y0, if you put y0, alpha x is equal to beta x square, so x equal to 0 or x equal to alpha by beta, right? So this is alpha by beta. This is a range actually, range is alpha by beta when you put y0. Now what you do, which one? Differentiate. Which one? This one. dy by dx. So you will get the slope at this point, starting point. Yes, you can do it. So that is one way. You directly want the maximum height means put x equal to r by 2, means alpha by 2 beta. If you put in place of x, if you put alpha by 2 beta, you will get y value. Y value means h, maximum height only. Clearly you will get maximum height. Okay, and angle of projection if you want, then you can differentiate this dy by dx, you will get the slope, and there where slope at x equal to 0, that is equated to slope at this point here at the velocity tangents, that is equal to tan theta. Like that also you can do. That is for theta, and this for h max. So these are the two ways we can get. So when x equal to r by 2, you will get y is equal to h. This is the way you can make it. They did not ask range. If they ask range, everybody will do. They'll put this. They have asked h. And definitely, maybe those are serious only writing of MSET, they may remember this. At the time of MSET, we'll remember all this. MSET exam. IIT exam generally like these formulas we don't remember. Because when you have so many other ways, conceptual, definitely we don't remember. If you remember, it's okay, but second year formulas we'll remember, but not first year formulas. Okay, so nothing to worry, they are still, you can do the problems, right? Simple standard question in rotational dynamics. Cord is wound around the circumference of a wheel of radius r. Axis of the wheel is horizontal, moment of inertia about it is I. Okay, so this is maybe connected like this, and here you are winding and like this, that's all. Previously also you have got such type of question. That time they have asked They have asked what is the acceleration of this, what is alpha of this, like that they have asked. Now they are asking weight is attached, the weight is falling from rest after falling through a distance h. Definitely initial velocity 0, after falling through a distance h, what is the angular velocity? So you can use conservation of energy. It is losing potential energy, mgh, because of which this is also gaining kinetic energy, and also this is gaining rotational kinetic energy. So mgh will be equal to half mv square plus half I omega square. And since the cord is not slipping, it is not slipping like this, it is turning along with this. So this point velocity of the disk is same as the velocity of the block at any instant. So this point velocity you can write, so v is equal to r omega, because tangential velocity of this is v is equal to r omega, that is same as this velocity at any instant. Okay, and this velocity keeps on changing at any instant to instant. Whatever this velocity and whatever this omega is there, they are related like this. Now they are asking omega, so in place of v you can put r omega and solve for omega value. That's it. That will be the answer. In fact, square of omega square. That will be the answer for this. Okay, hope it is clear. Right. So that is question number 7. Next. Again, these are in thermodynamics. Internal energy, pressure and volume of an ideal gas are related as U is equal to 3 PV plus 4. Then what is the type of gas? Total in thermodynamics, see, for any process, if you can convert that process as PV power x equal to constant, hardly 4 questions. Heat, work done, internal energy, and that molar specific heat. When you can convert the process like this, suppose, then Q for any process is equal to NC delta T, where C is the molar specific heat in that process. Please remember, molar specific heat depends on the nature of gas and also the process in which you are supplying the heat. Okay, not C is not always equal to CV or CP. If it is a process is constant pressure, then C is equal to CP. If the process is constant volume, then C is CV. Otherwise, C can be any other value, which is ranging from minus infinity to plus infinity. Suppose somebody asks, what is the molar specific heat of oxygen gas? What is your answer? Molar specific heat of oxygen gas. Tell me your answer. Can you tell? Suppose if I ask you, what is the specific heat of water? Specific heat of water, can you tell? Come on. What is the specific heat of water? 1 calorie per gram degree Celsius. Right? So specific heat of oxygen gas. Okay. Specific heat of copper, some value. Water, some value. Oxygen gas, solids, liquids, gases. Some value? No. Specific heat of copper, fixed value. Specific heat of water, fixed value. Specific heat of molar specific heat or molar specific heat of oxygen gas, it is not a fixed value. Heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of oxygen gas by 1 degree Celsius. How much heat is required? In which process? That is only total thermodynamics. In which process? Is it in constant pressure? Is it in constant volume? Is it in constant temperature? Or some other? PV square, PV cube, PV power 1 by 4, PV power 6, or P square, V power 7, any process. So depends on the process also. Okay. Accordingly, you will get the molar specific heat of that gas. That is C. Where C is equal to CV plus R by 1 minus X. X depends. If you can convert that process like this, you can use this formula. CV value is fixed for oxygen gas plus this. Then you will get C value. And change in internal energy is always equal to NCV delta T. Change in internal energy is always equal to NCV delta T for any process. And work done is always equal to NR delta T by 1 minus X. That's all. These are the 4 important formulas in thermodynamics. Most of your questions will revolve on this only. Of course, may not be this, but most of your questions will be on this. Let us check. So what is the type of gas? Okay. So U is equal to 3 PV plus 4. So what we can do? So we can convert everything in terms of T. So because U is equal to 3 into PV is equal to nRT plus 4. Now it will be better. Because U also you can write it as like this. Now if I differentiate, du is equal to 3nr dt plus 0 over. Now du for any process, du is equal to ncv dt. ncv dt is equal to 3nr dt. So ndt cancels. So what is cv value? 3r over. cv value 3r means which gas you can make it. Okay, do you know the table? Table you know. Okay, cv value 3r means it is a polyatomic. Okay, cv values 3r by 2 means monoatomic, 5r by 2 means diatomic, 3r means polyatomic. cv values, cp values plus r, you can know how to make it. Okay, or no, I don't know this cv value 3r means polyatomic. If I don't know, then still extension cv is equal to r by gamma minus 1 is equal to 3r, because I know only gamma values. R cancels, so gamma value find out. So gamma minus 1 is equal to 3, gamma is equal to, sorry, 1 by 3. So gamma is equal to 1 plus 1 by 3, 4 by 3. I know this, gamma 4 by 3 polyatomic. Like that also I can do. Okay. Anything to ask from your side also you can ask. Okay. All the students who are in online, okay. So if you are able to see it clearly, is it okay this question? Rohit, Suresh, Bhavya, all the students who are in online. Okay, right. Assertion reason questions, actually we used to have in 2008 till 2008 we used to have 6, 7, 8. That time we used to get these assertion reason questions in JEE advanced. That time only IIT means only advanced only. AIEEE was mains. Right. Now, given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion reason. Okay, fine. For a simple microscope, the angular size of the object equals the angular size of the image. Optical instruments. Optical instruments. See, first of all, simple microscope is very important. Everybody should know that. Okay. Generally, if you go to medical shops for purchasing small injections, in that what is printed we cannot see. Right or not? What is the purpose? See, generally, if you cannot see anything, some small letter, if I write, you cannot see small letter. Then what you'll do? You'll bring it closer to look it carefully. How much closer you can bring at the most? Some small letters are there. From here it is not visible. So what you'll do? You'll bring it closer. Right or not? How much closer you can bring? Maximum 25 centimeters. Least the distance of distinct vision. If you cannot see properly at 25 centimeters also, gone. No chance. Don't think that 25 also I am unable to see, very small. So you bring it further closer means you cannot see anything. That is only the point. First purpose of instruments. Okay. So that is the reason we are taking the help of instruments. Simple microscope, if you take very good arrangement, that ideas how they were getting simple convex lens, that's all, nothing more. Generally we know that in this, whenever you place any object between pole and focus, you will get virtual image. Compulsory virtual, not real images. Okay, virtual image. So I'll put here, and when I'll put it here object, definitely I'll get an image here like this, something here, virtual. And from here if I see, I'll see like this. Okay, this is a thing, this is object, this is the image. So from here I won't see this, I will see this. Now this distance you can put it less than 25 also. You can put it at 5 only. But you make sure that this is more than 25, because for seeing it clearly, anything, image also, if you want to see it clearly, this has to be more than 25. This can be less than 25. But what this person is looking, what this person is seeing, this one or this one is seeing. And this magnification are same. Angle, this angle or this angle are same. Okay. Angular size of object equals angular size of image. Correct, this is. Magnification is achieved as a small object can be kept much closer to the eye than 25 centimeters. Yes, you can keep it. Hence it subtends a large angle. If the light of the above, okay, hence it subtends a large angle. Correct. Because when you are keeping very close, then it will subtend large angle. If you keep it more distant, it will subtend small angle. If you bring it closer, it will subtend more angle. That is what is important for us. Okay. Now you may ask, directly also you can see, means eyes cannot form an image, our eye. That is a problem. That is why you cannot bring it closer. So object you cannot bring 25 centimeters directly, less than 25 directly you cannot bring the object, but you can bring it 5, but image you can make it like this, so clearly you can see the image. That is why this assertion is correct and reason is also correct, and this can be the correct explanation also for us. Okay. Next. Again one more. Electric dipole is placed at the center of a hollow sphere. Center of a hollow sphere it is placed. Flux of electric field through the sphere is 0, but the electric field is not 0 anywhere in the sphere. Just a sphere is there, electric dipole is there, plus q minus q. If you have plus q and minus q is there like this, will you get anywhere electric field 0 when you have plus q and minus q? As here, center point, or here, anywhere. You cannot get anywhere electric field 0. So if you select any points on this, I am selecting here some point. Okay, because of this electric field, because of this. So electric field may be like this, electric field. ds bar may be like this. So what is the flux you are finding out? Small flux E bar dot ds bar, correct? E bar dot ds bar. Here flux only through this flux, means how many lines are passing through that. Like that flux through this everywhere. So integral E bar dot ds bar, that is a total flux through this. And are you everywhere are you finding out electric field and calculating E bar dot ds bar, integrating? No chance. First of all, electric field finding only very difficult. And that too, dot ds bar, what is angle loss? That much we are not doing. Simply what we are using? Gauss law. That is what. And that total flux through this is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times the net charge enclosed within this. Net charge is 0. So that is why flux is 0 nicely. Flux through this means, what it means is some lines are coming out and some lines are going in. How many lines are coming out? Same lines will go in. Flux means lines. So that is why total flux is 0. But that doesn't mean that every point electric field is 0. And here no point electric field is 0. At no point. Is there any point on this sphere where the electric field will be 0? No. Okay. Let us see. Flux of the electric field through the sphere is 0. Yes. But the electric field is not 0 anywhere in the sphere. Correct. 100% this is a correct statement. If R is the radius of a solid metallic sphere and Q be the total charge on it, solid metallic sphere, okay, R. Q be the total charge on it, okay, let us take Q, total charge. Electric field at any point on the spherical surface of radius small r less than capital R, electric field, some point they are asking here, electric field, small r. What is the electric field inside the metallic sphere? 0, electric field, okay. At any point on the spherical surface of radius small r less than capital R is 0, correct, electric field is 0. But the electric flux through this closed spherical surface of the radius small r is not 0. So if you put some Gaussian surface here, what is the flux? Flux is also 0. Because is there any charge which is inside? No chance. All this charge will reside on the surface. Every point electric field is 0. So integral E bar dot ds bar, every point E bar is 0. So that is why E bar dot ds bar is 0. Okay. So flux of the closed spherical surface of radius r is not 0. This is wrong statement. This is a wrong statement. Only first statement is correct, second statement is not correct, because second statement has to be, if not is not there, then second statement is also correct. Even second statement is also correct, but that time also this won't be the correct explanation of that. If not is there, first in this question not is there, this is correct, this is wrong. If not is not there, both are correct, but this is not the correct explanation. Then what is the correct explanation for this? Gauss law, net charge, like that you have to take. Okay, but it is clear actually. They should have given this, they should have removed this. Then a lot of students will be having a problem. Both the statements are correct. Whether it is a correct explanation or not will be a problem. Even then, this is not the correct explanation. Okay. Okay. So they tried to made it very easy paper. Student unnecessary confusion, removing all unnecessary confusions. Simple question in standard question in the modern physics. Recoil speed of hydrogen atom after it emits a photon. We all know that whenever electron is coming from higher state to lower state, it will emit a photon. And clearly we told that every photon will have momentum and energy compulsory. Okay, photon means it is an energy particle and also it is having momentum. Whenever anything is emitting a photon, momentum means hydrogen atom also will get the same momentum, opposite direction, because of the conservation of linear momentum. So when you know the momentum of hydrogen atom, you can get the velocity also, recoil speed also. That is the concept what you can make it. First let us talk about the photon. So where to start, what to start? I know I am getting some idea that what is that, 1 by lambda. I only remember because at that stage I am feeling that I am writing the exam. At that stage only I will remember this. 1 by lambda is equal to r into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. This only I will remember generally. Students point. Unless and until you revise lot of times and full practice. Okay. So 1 by 1 square minus 1 by 5 square. 1 minus 1 by 25. Okay. So something like 24r by 25. So I want momentum, because this is a wavelength. So momentum of a photon. So what is the momentum of photon? Again I will take, so I know energy, I will remember this hc by lambda. Suddenly momentum means how? So momentum means something like, you can write m into c. Okay, momentum, m into c, mass into, because photon will travel with the speed of light, mc. But you know energy is equal to mc square is equal to hc by lambda, like that. So c cancels. So definitely momentum mc is equal to h by lambda. Now a little bit happy. Okay, so momentum is equal to h by lambda. So h by lambda means 24 RH, okay, by 25, because 1 by lambda is this. Again RH value I don't know, but I know one important thing, RHC is 13.6 electron volts. This is confirmed. RHC value, this you have to remember, 13.6 electron volts RHC value. Okay, RH value is 13.6 electron volts by C. So this is the momentum of photon. So you will write momentum of photon is 24 by 25. RH means 13.6 electron volts, and 1 electron volt is 1.6 in 10 power minus 19 joules. Okay, divided by C. C is 3 into 10 power 8. Now totally I have written the momentum of a photon, which is same as momentum of the hydrogen atom. Momentum of a hydrogen atom, 1 proton, that's all. Nucleus, in that 1 proton is there. Forget about that electron. 1 proton. So 1 proton means mass of the proton. How much? 1.6 in 10 power minus 24 27, sorry. 1.67 I think, yeah. Into 10 power minus 27 kgs into V over. This V you have to find out. This you bring it here and do all that calculations. See, 27 will come here, 27 minus 19, 8 gone. Okay. So 1.6 will come here, right? Or rather 1.7 close to 1.7 into 3, right? So 5 point something. So 5 point something, and here roughly you do these calculations, and or else cancel these two. 1.6, 1.6, close. Okay, 3, 8 83. 13.6 by 3. 4 point something. Well, where is the answer? 4 points. Oh. Close, huh? They have given these two, so little bit you have to do the calculation. I thought only 4 point. So which may be close. Next digit also is very important. Do the calculations. Concept, formulas we know. Okay. Right. So 4 point, that's for confirm. Okay. But how much I means little bit calculations you may have to do. Alternating currents. Standard question. Resonance. LCR series. Okay. Peak current and resonance frequency of the following circuit as shown in the figure. So we know that whenever LCR series, peak value of current is equal to peak value of voltage by Z. Z is called as impedance. And this impedance Z is equal to under root of R square plus XL minus XC whole square. This is the impedance. Total like resistance type. Okay. So separately you find XL equal to omega L. Separate. Okay. Omega is 100 into L is inductance. Inductance is 100 millihenry. 100 into 10 power minus 3. So overall XL 10 ohms. Similarly XC is 1 by omega C. These things you have to remember. 1 by omega is 100. C is capacitance 100 microfarads. 100 into 10 power minus 6. Okay. So we'll get 100 here. XC. XL is 10, XC is 100. So what is Z? Z is under root of R square. R is 120 square plus XL minus XC. 100 minus 10, 90. So 90 square. And this value will be 150. 120 square plus 90 square is 150. That is Z. So I naught is called V naught by Z. V naught is 30 by Z is 150. So you will get 1 by 5 amperes. 1 by 5 means 0.2 amperes you will get. Okay. 0.2 amperes you will get. Okay. 0.2. Next what did they ask? Resonance frequency they have asked. Resonance frequency is nothing but 1 by 2 pi root LC. This is a resonance frequency. Nicely substitute this. Try to get the answer. Okay. L is there, C is there. L is 100 into 10 power minus 3 Henry. C is 100 microfarads. So both you substitute and you will get the frequency in hertz. Okay. So maybe the answer will be in among 1 or 2 options. Because already this is 0.2 amperes you got. Right. Next question, we'll move. Now this is a question. We try to make our friction, Newton's laws, and along with a little bit of electrostatics, electric force. That's all. Because of this electric field and there's a charge is there, electric field is there, so it will apply some extra force. That's all. Horizontal force it will apply, and that horizontal force you have to draw it carefully. So there is a horizontal force which is like this, and that force equal to Q into E. Q into E. First let us find out what is Q. Charge. The charge is 5 millicoulombs. 5 into 10 power minus 3, and electric field is 200 Newton per coulomb. So that gives you 1 Newton. That's all. This force is 1 Newton. Okay. Along with that force, you have other forces. Right. This is a horizontal force, which you can resolve into this direction and this direction also. Okay. And this angle is 30. So this will be 30, F cos 30, 1 into root 3 by 2, and this is 0.5, 2 components. Now I have to also resolve mg. So mg is sine, mg cos. Mg means m is 1 kg, g is 9.8. So 9.8 sine 30 means 1 by 2, so 4.9 I will get. And 9.8 cos, so 4.9 root 3 I will get. And these two will contribute, 4.9 root 3 plus 0.5 will contribute for normal contact force. And then you have to check always in friction chapter, we will check limiting value of the friction, which is equal to nu times the normal contact. Okay, nu times the normal contact. Normal contact is sum of these two into nu. Of course, nu is very less. There is a chance that it will come down. And definitely it will come down because they are asking some time. So definitely it will come down. So no need to check. So directly net force in this direction will be this minus, okay, this force minus of this force and minus of frictional force. This is a frictional force I am showing because it will slide down. So frictional force, kinetic frictional force will be there, and that kinetic frictional force is also nu times the normal contact. Normal contact is sum of these two. All that calculations only. You have to be a little smart enough to do that calculations, then you can make it. Otherwise, leave it also, because everybody knows how to solve. But really this takes time. At least 4-5 minutes it will take. If you do all those calculations, 0.9 to 0.46. So it is, I mean, if unless and until we are solving for 30 out of 30 questions or 25 out of 25 questions, then you can attempt this sometimes. Otherwise, first you have to relive this. Okay, then do the next things, and last, if you have time, you can do this. Okay, so but what happens is our ego will not allow us to leave this question at any cost, because we know I am very good at friction, I am very good at electrostatics. I'll do this. Do this means do it. 5 minutes, 10 minutes also will go. Gone. Other simple questions out. So that is also their plan of NIT. NEET, NTA. Okay, so you will get the acceleration, and after that you have to get time. S is equal to ut plus half at square. U is 0, lucky. So time you will get. Okay, and that 2 points, this point, that one, what? Okay. Anyway, two masses A and B of mass capital M are fixed together by a massless spring. Okay, force acts on mass B as shown in the figure. Mass B, some force is acting. If the mass A starts moving away from mass B with acceleration A, so A is having some acceleration according to them. If the mass A starts moving away from mass B with acceleration A, this is having acceleration like this. Away from B means right side. That means on A there is only one force, that is a spring force, which has to act right side. So spring force will be like this, Fs, spring force. Then on A, if it is acting like this, compulsory on B it will act like this only. Correct or not, spring force? No doubt about this. Now what I will do, I will calculate spring force. Spring force is equal to mass of A into acceleration of A, right? So mass, M only into A. This is a spring force. Same spring force you will act like this. Along with the spring force, there is external force also, F. So that is why acceleration of B will be, both are in the same direction, F plus Fs by mass of B is also M. Fs is Ma. So F plus Ma by M. This is the acceleration of B. This will be the correct answer. Maybe in NTA they might have given wrong. Okay. So actually this is the correct answer. Answer by NTA 4, this is wrong. Okay. Maybe they may do the correction, I don't know. But as it is question, this is the correct answer. This is one way. You can also do in the other way also. Other way is acceleration of center of mass. By definition, acceleration of center of mass will always be equal to this force, and this force will cancel anyway. If you take acceleration of center of mass, net external force is only F, that to left side. Okay, so F left side by how much is the mass of the total system, M and M, 2M. This is the acceleration of center of mass. Because on the total system only there is only one external force, which is left side. So center of mass will compulsory will move left side only with F by 2M, that's all. At any instant. Now they will also ask you one more thing. Is the acceleration of center of mass constant? This capital F is constant. Capital F is constant. Okay, what will happen? This A and B will move like this, something will happen. But what is the acceleration of center of mass? Compulsory F by 2m only, which is constant because this force is constant. Center of mass will move with constant acceleration. But A and B accelerations will vary such that center of mass is always having constant acceleration. Now, which direction center of mass acceleration? These two as one system. Force is left side. Force is left side. So center of mass also will have acceleration left side only. Okay. So left side, center of mass left side means minus F by 2m, acceleration of center of mass. And we have also studied acceleration of center of mass is equal to m1a1 plus m2a2 by m1 plus m2, like that we have studied. m1 into a1, a means acceleration of b, we don't know, we have to find, plus m2 m, and this acceleration right side they have given because away from b means right side a, by m1 plus m2 2m. Now do this, m will get cancelled. Okay, so AB they are asking. Here also if you do this AB, you will get the answer. Same answer you will get, this one only. Here you have to put minus because center of mass left side, A acceleration right side, so plus. Acceleration of B, you will get accordingly the value. If it is maybe getting right side only, you may be getting, okay, value, check it, or left side you may be getting left side minus. So AB value you have to find from this one. M is getting cancelled, 2 is also getting cancelled, 2m cancels. So AB value will be minus F minus of F plus MA by M. Minus indicating that B will move acceleration left side, and the value is F plus MA by M is the correct answer. Acceleration of B, which direction? Left side. Same, this answer only again. In this way also you are getting the same answer. Both the ways you are getting the same answer. So that is the question number 14th. Next. Logic gates. So draw the output signal Y in the given combination of gates. Okay. So here this is a AND gate and this is also there. So this will be a NAND gate. This is OR gate and this is NOT gate. Okay. So these are the three gates and output you have to get. So the chances are here, see, when A is 1, B is 0, one chance. A1, B1 other chance, both are zeros and both are ones. And this output will be same. Because 1 and 1, what output? Here also 1 and 1, same output you have to get. Only thing is you have to concentrate when 1, 0, A is 1, B is 0, what is the output? Next, 1 and 1, what is the output? Next, 0 and 0, what is the output? And 1 and 1, what is the output? And 1 and 0, what is the output? Actually 1 and this output only, this one, this output only, this one. First 3 if you take, it is enough. So let us start doing that one. First if you put A as 1, okay, so here 1 and 1 will go into this input. So first if you take only AND gate, 1 and 1 means 1, but NAND, so 0, NAND. Okay, and here B you are taking 0, so same 0, 0 and 0, OR gate 0, and NOT gate you will get 1, so ultimately 1 is the answer. Like that you can check. And then 1 here and 1 here also, so 1 means 0 will come, 1 means here 1 will come. 0 and 1 OR gate 1, for that NOT 0, so 0. Now get back to 0 and 0. So 0 and 0, 0, 0, okay. So this will be 0, 0 means actually AND means 0, so NAND means 1, 1 and this is 0. 1 and 0 OR means 1, NOT means again 0, so overall 0 only, that's all. 1, 1 also 0, 1, 0 also 1, over. Now check the output nicely. So in the first one you have to get 1, second one you have to get 0, third one also you have to get 0. So first and last only 1, remaining all zeros. That's all. First and last you will get 1, remaining all zeros. So that will be something like, so first and last will be 1, remaining all zeros. This will be the correct answer. Good question. Next. Radioactivity active sample is undergoing alpha decay at any time t1, its activity is A, another time t2, the activity is A by 5. Here we will get a doubt that because we have studied activity at any time t is equal to activity at any time t is equal to initial activity into e power minus lambda t. This is the formula we know. Activity after a time t is equal to initial activity into e power minus lambda t. Now you are having a doubt that, sir, can we take this as initial activity? Means 100% yes. You can take. But that time, another time t2 means that this time interval should be t2 minus t1. That is the only point. This you can consider as initial activity. This you can consider as final activity. Final activity A by 5 is equal to initial activity A into e power minus lambda into what is the time difference between this activity and this activity? T2 minus T1. Only thing is you have to put T2 minus T1. Yes, you can do it. No need to write A by 5 is equal to A naught into e power minus lambda T2. A is equal to A naught and cancel A naught. Even you do like this also you'll get, but directly this is better. So from this you find out e power lambda into T2 minus T1 is equal to 5. Okay. Ln. So lambda into T2 minus T1 is equal to ln 5. So lambda is equal to ln 5 by T2 minus T1. That is the lambda. And after getting the lambda, you can get average life. T average life is always equal to 1 by lambda. That's all. T2 minus T1 by ln 5 is the answer. You can use. So here in this nuclear physics, first of all, number of nuclides after a time t equal to initial nuclides into e power minus lambda t, also same formula. Activity means rate of disintegration after a time t equal to initial rate of disintegration to e power minus lambda. There also you have to get. I think we might have used when we are doing the problems, I might have told this R is equal to R naught into e power minus lambda t. Final activity, initial activity, when we are discussing this chapter, right? Okay. A scooter accelerates from rest for time t1 and constant rate a1, constant acceleration, and then retards at a constant rate a2 for time t2 and comes to rest for time t2. So if you plot this graph, velocity versus time, constant acceleration means it's a straight line for a time t1. So maybe like this. This slope is a1, slope of VT graph. This slope is a1. And then retards means it is like this, again constant slope. And they have asked this is for t1 and this is for t2. This retardation slope is a2. This slope is a2. Okay. And this is a Vmax, maximum velocity it will get. After that it will, first it will rise, accelerate, velocity increases, and after that brake, velocity decreases. That's all. Okay. In car, if you take first accelerate, right leg only you will operate accelerator and also brake also. Same right leg only, right feet. Okay. Right foot, sorry. So that time this slope is equal to V by T1, A1 equal to V by T1 and A2 is equal to V by T2. Eliminate V and get the value for T1 by T2. Nicely you will get. There is another chance that they can ask you what is V also. Maximum velocity also they can ask here. So how to get the maximum velocity here? A1 into T1 also is a maximum velocity, or A2 into T2 is also the maximum velocity. Displacement means area under this graph gives you displacement. Okay, chances are like that. Or sometimes here the question can be like this. First acceleration and after that constant velocity and after that retardation. Like this also they can ask. Right? Or still better way. Still better way of asking the question. See, VT graph here. First acceleration. After that constant velocity. After that retardation. And until it has retardation means, suppose if it is retarding at some other rate, maybe some other rate. So maybe like this. Retarding and coming to rest, and after that still it is like this. Means after that what? Reverse it is coming. So after how much time it will come to the initial position, initial point. First it is going accelerate, velocity increase, and after that constant velocity, and after that retardation also moves forward only. When you brake a vehicle, will it move forward or backward? Back up. Braking. Immediately when you apply the brake, it will come back or it will go forward only. Some it will come back. Some it will go forward only. Good. So till here it is going forward only. Even if you are braking also, here to here it is that direction only. And after this it is coming back. Again it is come to initial point, means simply put, after what time they'll ask. So nicely here, this is a good question. After what time means some time you have to select here, then you have to equate this area equal to this area. Total displacement will be 0. So like that. This time they'll ask. You know this slope, same slope will continue. Okay. So this is x, so this will be in terms of x. So this area equal to this area, you will get the value of x. Nice question. So that can be a good question still. Right. Statements. A second pendulum has a time period of 1 second. Wrong. Second pendulum has time period 2 seconds. Okay. What is there? Second. Nice. 1 second. Generally, other students who don't know anything. Okay. It takes precisely 1 second to move between two extreme positions. One extreme position to other extreme position, compulsory 1 second, and other extreme to this extreme, again 1 more second. All of a sudden, if you look at nicely, everything is set and a correct explanation also it is looking like, but this is wrong, this is correct. Okay. Fine. A wire of 1 ohm has a length of 1 meter. It is stretched till its length increases by 25%. 25% increase is not a small change. Don't go with any differentiation or something like that. Okay, a good amount of change, and that much increasing in the length means definitely area also will change, right? Then what about the resistance? Change in the resistance to the nearest integer. Okay, L1 A1. Volume should be constant. Okay, volume is kept constant. L1 A1 is equal to final length 25% increased means, okay, 1 plus 1 by 4. So 5 L1 by 4. This is a final length. 25% increase means 5 L1 by 4 into A2. So what is A2? A2 will be 4 A1 by 5. This is A2. And L2 is 5 L1 by 4. These are A2 and L2. Length increased by 25%. So area, it will become like this. Decreases. Okay. Then what about the resistance? Resistance R is equal to rho L by A. So R2 by R1 will be equal to L2 by L1 into A1 by A2. R2 by R1 is equal to L2 by L1 into A1 by A2. L2 by L1 is simply here 5 by 4. And A1 by A2 is also 5 by 4, which is R2 by R1. So R2 by R1 is nothing but 25 by 16. Okay, 25 by 4, 16. So that is R2 by R1, 25 by 16. Now this change they are asking. Change means definitely -1 if you do. Okay, you will get R2 minus R1 by R1. So you will get, so 25 by 9 by 16. So into 100 means into 100. Go ahead. Okay. So 16, 6 nines are 54, 54, 55, 56 close. That's all. That's the chain. Good question. Next. Incident ray, reflected ray, and the outward drawn normal are denoted by the unit vectors a bar, b bar, and c bar respectively. Then choose the correct relation for these vectors. Definitely this cannot be the correct relation. Nothing like one vector plus other vector will be nothing like this or nothing like this. Okay, please understand that, because they don't form any triangles there first of all. They don't form any triangles, and so you have to draw this outward normal. Outward normal is c bar, this is a bar, and b bar is like this. So this is theta, mean this is also theta, that's all are unit vectors only. So from this you have to try it. So you can take a bar, you can take cos theta sin theta, you can write this as x axis, this as y axis. Okay, so you can write a bar as, it's a unit vector, magnitude is anyway 1 only. So in this direction one component, in this direction other component. This direction component is sin theta, so sin theta I cap, and another component is downward, so minus cos theta j cap, that is a bar. Similarly b bar is, this is positive, this is also positive, so I cap means again sin theta I cap plus cos theta j cap, this is b bar, and c bar will be nicely upwards, so only j cap. From these three vectors, which relation is holding? Okay, definitely if you add any two vectors, you cannot get the third vector, no chance like that, because one is j cap, no, so clearly no. A bar plus b bar if you add, so you will get these two will cancel, 2 sin theta you will get, and that cannot be equal to c bar. So 2a bar plus c bar, 2 times of this plus this, are you getting whichever is there, because this if you add to c, this is cos theta are there, here only one is there, so you will not get b like that. So definitely first and second option are ruled out, even third, fourth option also ruled out. Directly you can tell third option, because when 3 options are ruled out, there is only one chance, correct or not? So please only try to check. If you have a doubt, only check this, don't check these 3 at all, because sin theta plus 1 like that you will get, that cannot be this. So in that way it is to be only the option 3. Okay, so that is question number 20 for us. Next, now let us take integer numerical type of volume V of given mass of monoatomic gas changes with temperature T according to the relation V is equal to KT power 2 by 3, work done when temperature changes by. Already I told you, work done, any process, the work done is nR delta T by 1 minus x. This is a work done for any process. If you can convert in the PV power x equal to constant, if you can convert like this, you can convert, because they have given V is equal to KT power 2 by 3. You can convert this to this. So PV means V is equal to K into T, you can write it as PV by nR whole power 2 by 3. So totally P power 2 by 3 into V power 2 by 3, the all constants, so directly proportional to that, is equal to V. So we bring it this side, so P power 2 by 3 into V power 2 by 3 minus 1. Okay, so minus 1 by 3 is equal to constant. So this value, then further if you want this total whole power 3 by 2 you put it, then you will get P into V power 1 by 3 and 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 is equal to constant. That's all. The value of x is 1 by 2. So value of x is 1 by 2. nR delta t means 90 by 1 minus of minus 1 by 2. So that is 1 plus 1 by 2, 3 by 2. So 2 by 3 nR 90. So 30. So 60 nR is the answer. 60 nR. Actually, n should be given. They did not give n number of moles. Number of moles also will be depending. 60 nR. If they would have given 1 mole, I don't think so. They have given 1 mole. 1 mole means then your answer is 60 R. Then x is 60 R. 60 R. That will be the answer, right? So simply use this formula. Already I told you, now also nR delta t by 1 minus x. Right, next. If the highest frequency modulating a carrier is 5 hertz, okay, then the number of amplitude modulated broadcast stations accommodated in a 90 kilohertz bandwidth. All that you have to remember in this communication system, that modulating and all, 3 terms will be there. Total, finally, whatever we get, the equation, in that 3 terms will be there. Something like AC, carrier wave amplitude, into sine of omega c into t, this is first term, plus nu AC by 2, second term, into cos of omega c minus omega m into t, something like this, minus nu AC by 2 only, cos of omega c plus omega m into t. Don't bother about plus minus and all. Only here what you have to bother is 3 terms. This one main, this is omega amplitude of, frequency of carrier wave is very high, and these two are separate frequencies. This side, one this side, one this side, which are called as bands, side bands. Okay, so side bands will be there like this. So we'll get this as omega c plus omega m. That value is less, and this value is also same, omega c minus omega m. This total here to here is called as bandwidth. So this total bandwidth will be this minus this, which will be equal to omega c plus omega m minus, so 2 omega m. 2 omega m is the bandwidth. Already omega m is, they have given 5 kilohertz. So bandwidth will be 10 kilohertz. So bandwidth will be 2 times of this. So 10 kilohertz. This is a bandwidth. 10 kilohertz for every bandwidth, 10 kilohertz. Total 90 kilohertz. In that, how many stations can be accommodated? So 90 kilohertz divided by, each one is 10. So you will accommodate 9 stations. 9 stations can be accommodated like that. So that is a question. See, even next time also, if you get communication systems question, means remember this one only, modulating index. In that only they will give what is new, AM by, very good, modulating index. So some 2-3 formulas are there, from that only they will ask. Next. 2 stream of photons possessing energy is equal to twice and 10 times the work function of the metal are incidents on the metallic surface successively. The value of ratio of maximum velocities they are asking. So first one is twice the work function, 2 phi, okay, energy of the photon is equal to work function plus k max. In the first case k1 we are taking. Second time it is 10 times the work function, so 10 phi is equal to work function plus k2. So from here you can write k1 by k2 is equal to 5 by 9 phi, so 1:9. So v1 by v2, velocity is, when the kinetic energy is 1:9, velocity ratio is 1:3 is the answer. That's all. What is the ratio of the velocities? X:y means 1:3 is the answer. But they are asking only value of x 1, because 1:3. Okay, so simple photoelectric effect, standard formula, from that only they have asked the question. So many times you will see this question on reflection of light. Point source of light is placed at a distance of 60 centimeters in front of the center of a plane mirror of width 60, hangs vertically on a wall. Man walks in front of the mirror along a line parallel to the mirror at a distance 1.2, distance between the extreme points where he can see the image of the light source. So simply you can put the diagram. So this will be like this, and similarly, see, a person has to see the image of this, means the reflected ray should reach him. The reflected ray, worst case, reflected ray is reaching till here, and the worst case, the reflected ray is reaching here also. So till here to here you can see this. So how you can make out, extend this, right? Now draw a line like this also. Now nicely you can put. So this is 25, so this will be 25. This is 25 means this will be 50. So this is 25, and here also 25. So 25, this is 50. So total 50, 25, 50. Okay, so 150 centimeters you will get from here to here. Only geometry, this is all. So this triangle and this triangle are similar. So this is 25 means this will be 50, because this and this are double, because see 1.2 and 60, 120 double. So that is why this is double of this. From that you can make it 150 centimeters is the answer. Completely diagram will tell us. Next, particle execute SHM with amplitude A and time period T or whatever. Okay, no problem. The displacement of the particle when its speed is half of the maximum speed. Very simple in SHM. See here, this is a by 2, this is root 3a by 2, this is x equal to 0. Listen, in SHM always we will remember like this: 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees, and after 90 again 30, 30, 30. That's all, simple. So this is a sine function. Sine 30 1 by 2, sine 60 root 3 by 2, sine 90 1. Now when it comes to velocity, it will be a cos function. Okay, so cos function, the velocities will be cos 0 a omega, cos 30 root 3 by 2 a omega. Velocities cos 60 a omega by 2 and cos 90 0 velocity. So this is 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees. That's all. These are sine functions, these are cos functions. Over. Now what are they asking? Nicely, speed is half of the maximum speed. Displacement when speed is half of the maximum speed. Where is the half of the maximum speed? This is the maximum speed. Half means here 60 degrees, 60 degrees. And here displacement is root 3 by 2. That's all. No need to solve anything. No need to apply the formula also. Directly you can put it. Right? Next. And here lot of time they'll ask you also the questions from here to here or here to here or here to here like this. Simply in the mind you are making in terms of angles. SHM means the particle is covering equal angles in equal intervals of time. Okay, with a constant angular velocity. That is what we call it as here angular frequency. So in that way if you put it, things will be very clear. Okay. So because one more question was there in SHM, that is also we are doing. 27 similar drops of mercury are maintained at 10 volts each. All these spherical drops are combined into forming a bigger drop. So for that bigger drop, all the charge will get added up. Correct or not? So these are smaller drops. So let it be Q and R. Right? So if you have a bigger drop here, you will get 27Q. And radius will become 3R by equating the volumes. 27 times 4 by 3 pi r cube is equal to 4 by 3 pi capital R cube. If you do, you will get the radius as 3 times of this radius. Now regarding the energies, energy of the bigger drop is how many times the smaller drop. Energy means energy of this drop. It will have electrostatic potential energy, which is equal to kq square by r. Kq square by r. And this will be q square means 27q whole square by r. Energy. Any spherical conductor or whatever q charge radius r, its energy will be kq square by r. Energy, not potential. Potential means kq by r. That they are asking energy, and I don't think so. There is no importance of this. 10 volts or 50 volts, whatever, no problem at all. No importance of that. Okay. Next, that is sixth one. Time period of a simple pendulum is capital T. The time taken to complete 5/8 oscillation starting from the mean position. This is also a very good question. 5/8 oscillation. So I'll take here only, starting from the mean position. Here to here is 1/4 oscillation. Here to here is 1/8. This is A by 2. 1/8. Here to here it is 1/8 oscillation. This is okay. Here to here means 1/4. One oscillation means here to here and back. One oscillation total. But they are asking 5/8. 5/8 means how? How many 1/8? 5. So 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, and 1/8. Starting from mean position, no, that is a problem. Not starting from the extreme position. So here to here. We know that how much angle means 90 degrees, 90, 180 plus here to here 30, 30, 180 plus 30, 210. So 210 by 360 times capital T is the answer. Over. Equal angles in equal intervals. 360 degrees capital T. So how much angle? From here to here. Think of angle. 90 plus 90, 180 plus here to here 30. That's what I told, no? 30. So generally here the mistake will be 5/8 means one oscillation capital T. 5/8, 5T/8. No. That is not the correct. So just a little. And same question if they would have given starting from extreme position. That also I'll solve. Starting from extreme position and 5/8. Same question with starting from extreme position. So what you will do? Where it is getting come on, extreme. From here it will start 5/8, 1/8, 1/8, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Same, huh? Not same. Here to here 180 plus here to here 60. 180 plus 60, 240. So answer is 240 by 360 into T. This is the answer. See the difference between this one and this one. Correct or not? So here to here 1/4 plus 1/4, 1/2 plus 1/8 is 5/8 oscillation. Next. Clear? Hope it is clear. 2 answers, 2 questions. In the reported figure of Earth, the value of acceleration due to gravity is same at point A and C. Here and here it is same, it seems. Here what is the distance they are not giving, but here G value and here G value it is same. Suddenly G value inside and all I don't remember, no problem. But inside I'll remember field, actually field only. Acceleration due to gravity means it's field only. Field at this point, here to here let it be small r. Inside the field is always equal to Gm by capital R cube times small r. This is the field inside here. Same as field outside. Field outside the formula is Gm by small r square. Small r means here to here. And this is 3200, this is 6400. So capital R plus capital R by 2. So 3r by 2. Outside formula is Gm by small r square. Small r is the distance from here to here. Now I am able to write that small r is equal to capital R plus capital R by 2. Because capital R is 6400. Here they have given 3200. Okay. So these two fields are same, means acceleration due to gravity is same. So from this you will get the small r value. Small r value you will get. Capital R minus small r means this value also you will get. Then you will get the ratio of this and this. They are asking OA is to AB. OA is to AB. That they are asking. Small r is OA. OA is nothing but small r. From here you will get that small r value. In terms of capital R you will get. R square also gone. So 4/9. So I think 4/9 capital R. Check. So OB means you will get 5/9. So OA is to OB 4 is to 5. What are they asking? 4:5. Answer. Okay. So that is question number 8. Next. Yes. Again thermodynamics. 1 mole of a rigid diatomic gas performs a work of Q by 5 when heat Q is supplied to it. So we know first law of thermodynamics, Q is equal to delta U plus W. Q is supplied to it, it is performing a work of Q by 5. So delta U plus Q by 5 when Q is supplied. So delta U will be equal to 4Q by 5. Delta is equal to 4Q by 5. For any process, delta U is NCV delta T is equal to 4 by 5 times Q for any process is NC delta T, where C is the molar specific heat in that process. N delta T cancels. So molar specific heat is 5 by 4 CV. And what is CV? Already diatomic gas. CV value is diatomic gas 5R by 2. So 5 by 4 into 5R by 2. So answer is 25R by 8. 25R by 8. X value is 25. Okay, so that will be the answer. So here we have to remember that Q for any process NC delta T, delta U for any process NCV delta T. So these two are equating. In this also they will give lot of questions. 1/4 is utilized for internal energy change, 3/4 is utilized for work done. Like that, any combinations of questions can be given. Then what is the molar specific heat? Or suppose reverse, molar specific heat is given, then what fraction of heat is converted into internal energy? What fraction is converted for work done? Like that also they will give. Reverse, molar specific heat is given. So reverse you have to go. So these are again very good questions in the thermodynamics. Overall if you see, thermodynamics weightage is more. SHM 3 questions. Thermodynamics already 3 questions. See this. First year, that too. GNR diode has a VZ as 30 volts. Actually GNR diode, whatever may be the high currents may go like this, but when you connect this GNR diode across this you have to keep it safe. This you have to keep it safe. Means this you have to keep it safe. This is our refrigerator or something, you have to keep it safe. Means always here it should be 30 volts only. Because you are converting 30 volts here, so it has to be 30 volts at any cost, not more than that. Okay, accordingly the current will flow. More remaining current will flow here, no problem. So 30 volts and 5 kilo ohms this is, right? So 30 by 5 is 6 milliamperes here. And out of 90, here 30 means here 60. 60 by 4 here 15 milliamperes, because 60 by 4. 15, 6, here you will get 9 milliamperes. How much current is flowing through that GNR diode? 9 milliamperes, that's all. Current electricity problem only. So out of total 90, 30 here means remaining 60 here, potential drop 60. Or you may take I6 and I minus 6 and use the, what is that, Kirchhoff loop law also, you will get that I. If you cannot do like this. But this is better always, potential drops. Okay, so this is also one more question. So all the 10 questions we have made it. Okay, numerical type and 20 questions there. So this is the last paper of that. So where we have, you know your review. Review is very important. Each individual will have their review. We may say n number of things, but you are the correct person to judge your own things. Be a good manager of your own things. Okay, so what I can do my best to improve my score in the next. Accordingly, because everybody will have their own ups and downs. The down areas please try to rectify properly, so that you can write in a good way. The next one we can take it. Yeah, Maniket Reddy, you can use Kirchhoff law. That's what I was telling. I and I minus 6, and you can use this Kirchhoff law. You'll get I, but answer is I minus 6 should be the answer, not I. Okay, I you will get 15, and here you will get I minus 6 means 9. Okay, so we'll stop it here. So any other discussion possibly? will make it, right? So keep working regularly here, and definitely all of you will have a very good score in the next coming exams, right? Right. Thank you.